You're watching Mountain View Sports. Please like, subscribe, enjoy the show, and share all the
I'm Drew.
I'm Jack.
Now I'm on, and this is
All right.
Bye-bye.
four. Thanks for tuning in. We have a lot to unpack. And just to let you know, for this episode, we're trying to branch out a little bit to all the other sports news on sports we have not really at least noticed or at least not really realized, I guess I could say. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Jesse out for today. We'll see him next week. But yeah, enjoy the show. And as I mentioned, we got a lot to pack. Sorry, give me a moment. Sorry again. As you can see, there's a lot to unpack. As I mentioned about a certain sport, that is tennis. Of course, the World Cup next week on this day. We're going to talk about, of course, the good old country of US of A. And maybe share our predictions of all the upcoming countries, even new ones that have joined the States. And of course, a lot of NFL drama. And of course, trying to keep it around the Bay, we got to talk about the St. Mary's Gales baseball team. They went far further than people expected. And we have some highlights of a game that Drew and I went to, and that is the Golden State Valkyries. As you know, their Commissioner Cup has begun. But there's a certain game we're going to talk about, and that's the game against the Aces. So let's get to it. Drew, what are your thoughts on the Valkyries game against the Aces?
Very good game. I mean, it was fun and entertaining. Ball is a real thing, Doesn't matter if you're winning or losing. They support you no matter what. I mean, it just shows that they care about women's sports here in the Bay Area. So it's a good sign. But, we all thought, me and Mom thought they're going to lose by, like 12. Also, by the way, guys, we also went to a Valkyries game that was earlier last week. But it was good. It was good to see new sports. Watching new sports, and it's fun to watch. And I kind of want to go more Valkyries game throughout the rest of the remainder of the season. But yeah, it was a great game. We saw Asia play. The Aces are defending champs, so it was good to see them play. And yeah, it was great. It was great to have a great time there.
Yeah, Casey.
And yeah.
Sorry. Of course, for people that are at least around here in the Bay Area, you gotta go to a Valkyries game. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's very impactful to watch now. Because it's already the second year of them of this expansion of the WNBA. As you know, last year they got to the quarterfinals, was it?
Yeah.
Against the Lynx, which is a team they're facing right now in the Commissioner's Cup. So, but now that game could have been a lot ugly. We could have lost by 20 points.
30. We could have lost by 30.
We could have lost by 30, but they kind of did a nice rally at the end. It kind of cut it close-ish. But yeah. But here's some highlights, guys. I should have posted this on our story, but Adam Sandler was there with I think his wife.
His wife, yep.
His wife. Of course, E40 was there, and of course,
Joe Lacob,
and of course the Raiders owner, who was part-time owner with the Aces. He made the trip over, so it was just but the craziest part was Adam Sandler making the trip, and yeah, it was just the most, I guess, highlighted moments, at least just for a crowd. Adam Sandler, what's he doing here? But it's a Sunday. And it's a beautiful day to guess travel, and why not catch a WNBA team, So anyway, that's our highlights, at least for the Valkyries game. Our next...
we'll definitely go more games for the rest of the season, so mine just cut off.
All right. I was kind of fading in the dark there. Now let's go to about the St. Mary's Gales, or you could say the St. Mary's Cinderellas.
Yeah.
So in case you guys didn't know, the College World Series, kind of like one of the biggest college sports. That's probably not March Madness, but it's kind of like that. Um, has been going on, and right now Super Regionals is about to begin. It's about to begin this tomorrow. So I mean, there's
Hmm.
some exciting opponents, but a team we want to talk about keeping in the Bay, and that's the Gales. They smoked, or at least beat UCLA. As you, I mean, we'll get to Drew, and Jack will share his thoughts because he saw the ending, the thriller of this game. But yeah, game one, it was like the upset no one anticipated. Let's just react to that. You guys didn't know that the Gales beat the Bruins first to get them in the loser bracket, you could say, or the redemption bracket.
Yeah, that's another thing. The St. Mary's beat the Bruins twice, and they're like I believe they were like an unranked team, and
They were like the
St.
Cinderella.
Mary, and like in the second game, St. Mary's came up clutch and hit a game winner when it went into extra. One St. Mary's scored in like the ninth inning, and like I was watching that game, and there was one time where like in the extra inning they had a man like first and third, they got grounds out, then the Bruins go up to bat. They don't really get much going, and then St. Mary's goes up. Some guys get a couple of hits, and then all of a sudden they have the game win, and they go to their regional final against Cal Poly, and like Cal Poly, sadly that Cal Poly won that game. But I mean, seeing St. Mary's gone this far, which has never happened in their entire history, that's very promising for their future.
Yeah, Drew. As you know, you're a Gale yourself. Are you shocked or not?
Yeah, I was shocked when we beat them. If you guys don't know, UCLA was the number one overall seed throughout the
Yeah.
whole tournament.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was shocking. It became worldwide. Not world, I guess worldwide because everyone around the United States saw us beating, and we kind of got recognized because us being UCLA. Like usually, us being a mid-major school, we don't get recognized not often by media compared to like those Big Ten schools or SEC or ACC or Big 12 schools. It was cool to watch, and obviously, they were in this tournament last year when they played Oregon State last year, and they beat them. And no, I was like, I don't know, this could be a one-time thing for them, but nope. This year, it's like nope, it's a business type of deal, and they made it to the regional final, which has never happened in program history. And, obviously, we lost to Cal Poly, which is another mid-major school, and wish we could have won that game. But you know what? I'm very proud of the Gales for making this far, and hopefully, like Jack said, hopefully future is promising. So hopefully we can go to super regionals at some point in the next few years or so.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to add one more thing. I'm looking at literally the rankings here, and UCLA was the number one team in the entire country. Like not like top like 5 or top 10, 15, 20, 25. They were number one in the entire country, having a record of 51-6. And with St. Mary's being them twice, now they're like 51-8. But I mean, even though St. Mary's didn't make it, you still got to be very. They should not look down at themselves. They should have their heads held high.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because they did that probably not a lot of teams have done is taking out a 1 seed to let them have to go through the redemption bracket, you could say. Well, pretty much it's the elimination bracket if you lose twice. In case you didn't know, in NCAA baseball rules in this, it's double elimination. So if you lose once, you're okay. But if you're out again, it's over. Yeah. But I wanted to actually share some highlights that I've seen. I don't know if have you guys seen any other games?
I heard Georgia Tech lost.
Yeah, yes. Georgia. Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah. We know about the UCLA, but in case you guys didn't know, the ACC champs, Georgia Tech, also out of there. and I forgot what the opponent was that beaten him, but
I think it was Oklahoma. I think it was
Oklahoma.
yeah, Oklahoma. Yeah.
Yeah, the Boomer Sooners boomed the Yellow Jackets, you could say. I mean, yeah, I mean that's another kind of crazy. I mean, it's not as crazy as a number one seed losing. I mean, sorry, going back to UCLA against Virginia Tech, they barely escaped. They had to go for like a game-winning home run, like I think a walk-off home run
Yeah, it was a walk off.
in that. So it's like, geez, like they're hanging on, and then they thought, all right, St. Mary's, they lost, they go to, and what you know, it's UCLA, and that was on the same day of the game Drew and I went to the Valkyries game
That was the same day. Yeah.
day in the afternoon. So it's just crazy. But I want there's one highlight I want to share. You guys should have watched how West Virginia and
Yeah. So I was gonna mention that game.
so as you know, if St. Mary's would beat Cal Poly, they had to go all the way to Morgantown, West Virginia,
West Virginia.
to take on West Virginia. But there's actually a cool highlight of the person that made the game winning, at least like a story I think he was sharing of just the player that walked it off. I don't know, Jack. You saw that West Virginia game? Hello, Jack.
Yeah, what was that?
Have you seen the West Virginia game?
I'm not gonna lie. I just only watched the St. Mary's game because like I know you guys like St. Mary's, and that was pretty much the only thing. But besides that, I mean, I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really watch college baseball like I do the MLB. But I mean, when it gets to like near the championship game, I'll like probably watch it. But like when it's at like this point, I don't really pay attention to it. I'm sorry.
I mean, definitely a subject we'll keep on with since it's kind of getting to there at least.
When it gets to Omaha, it's get crazy.
Yeah, the road, it's going crazy.
When it goes like Omaha, like near the championship, then I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, but anyway, anyway, just to talk about West Virginia, the way they end their home games. As you know, they played the song, the great song. You guys know it, and it's just like what they did. Like the commentator's just quiet, and like it's like a silent, but it's like almost chilling because it's like quiet, and there's like thousands of people, and they're like hooking arms in the shoulders, singing the song, even with the team. It was just this like kind of beautiful, like chilling a little bit, but like a beautiful moment. So Drew, what was your like expression seeing that? That's just something. They play the whole song too.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I think they played that song when that guy was interviewed, so it's kind of crazy. And then, for the actual game, like, I think there was a balk that was going on in that game. It was like a balk to like I think it was to tie the game, and then like I think it ended on the walk up, I believe.
Yeah.
If I can remember.
Walk off. I should there was some story of there was like the commentators were telling a story about this player that walked it off. I don't have the facts with me, but it was just like anyway, it was just really just that. I just felt like such a highlight. I mean, my dad and I, we were watching like from Arkansas. Have you seen? There was a game where Arkansas and Kansas, but it was in Kansas, but Arkansas was considered the home team. I don't know if you guys didn't know that, so that was kind of interesting in that scenario. But actually, and then like the game we saw, Auburn. Oh yeah, actually, let's talk about one team that I want to talk about at least. I don't know if you guys saw. Speaking of LA teams, USC though, they pulled off pretty much an upset, being the Aggies. And it was not so pretty for the Aggies. They tried their best, but it was just not their game. USC scored, I think, 10-plus runs on them. And it was ugly, but that was, I guess, like another upset because, yeah. And then the last thing about keeping with the college, Auburn, probably 1,000 people were at that game. In the game against Milwaukee. In case you didn't know, or I didn't know, University of Milwaukee was in this. They had a chance to go to Super Regionals. But unfortunately, they're the one that beat Auburn to get them in the little loser bracket. But so yeah. Anyway, to keep it going. Our next topic is, well, Jack, we'll take it away. It's the biggest race in the world, right?
Yeah, the Monaco Grand Prix is this weekend. It's considered to be one of the most historic courses because it's also it's the slowest race of the entire season, and another thing is there's like no room for error. You can make one error, you're pretty much done for the whole race. And the Monaco, for those of you who don't know, we're talking about Formula One. The Monaco Grand Prix has been going on since 1929, so it's been going on for nearly 100 years. And there's been like many winners throughout it. And this year, the early favorite is supposed to be Charles Leclerc because he is from Monaco, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, this is going to be the guy that probably wins it." And he races for Ferrari. Though I think the early favorite could be Kimi Antonelli, who's like I think 19 or 20 years old, and he's won the last 4 races in a row. He races for Mercedes, and Mercedes has been the best team so far, and it's like not even close. I'm hoping Lewis Hamilton like pulls off a win here. He came in P2, which is second place in the last race in Canada, where Verstappen, then he came in third. You guys know Max Verstappen. He races for Red Bull and also Oracle, but they're the same team. And it's going to be a very interesting race. It's a bunch of billionaires own homes there because there's like no taxes at all. All Formula One racers own homes there too, and it's going to be a very major crowd for that race. So it's going to be very interesting to watch it. It'll start at 9 a.m. on Sunday East Coast time, but if you're on the West Coast, it starts at a very, very solid 6 a.m. So if you want to get up that early and watch it, you can watch it on Apple TV if you're subscribed to that. Otherwise, you can like keep a track on the app, or also you can go see it at an AMC theater. They're doing some of the races at AMC theater, so you could also enjoy that as well. And the bond is there he is.
Sorry, I was just we're gonna get to our. I know we're kind of moving on a little too fast. I thought this would kind of hold us up, but we're kind of moving a bit quick, so we're gonna try to hopefully slow it down. And maybe with this is, in case you guys, as you know, the French Open that's been starting since May, and of course, if people have noticed, let us know. But I think we might entering a new chapter in tennis, maybe a new generation, because there were so many upsets in men's and in women's tennis. For example, the men's, the top 4 are eliminated in the early rounds. The one name we all know best, Djokovic, loses to a young Brazilian player of the name João Fonseca. I butchered that. But Djokovic, as you know, he's kind of like, you could say like the Tom Brady of baseball or something, but he's been around like that long in that sense, and he gets eliminated early. So I don't know if you guys got that news about Djokovic. Hello?
No. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, I did hear about that. That's amazing. That's definitely a big upset because he's known to be one of the greats.
Yeah, he's been one of the greats, but it's like losing to it's just like hearing all of this is crazy. And then I don't know much about this player, but Yannick Sinner,
No, Sinner,
who is the new number 1 player in the world in men's. Apparently, I've learned he blew a 2-set lead on his opponent, and it's just mind blowing all of this. And there's like 2 other more players that are like in the top 5 in the nation, all got eliminated, and it's just crazy of the amount of upsets. You know, it's quite crazy. Then in women's, I know like top 5 in women's gets eliminated. And one that kind of blew my mind is the name Elena. I think this is her name. Hopefully, Elena Right. Rip. Oh God, Rybakina. I mean, she got eliminated in this.
Right, Bakina.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She got eliminated early. So yeah, she got eliminated early, and then for just to keep in the U.S. of A., Coco also out. So it's just like just in tennis, and we're having a woman. I think we're having a women's finals soon. Yeah, June 6th.
That's Saturday.
This Saturday.
9 a.m.
Mira Adriva against Maha Swiatek.
Walenska.
Franska.
And they're going to battle.
And she's unranked too, and Andreeva is ranked
8th in the nation. So, like, all right, here's the question for this: what would it be for an unranked, like a kind of like an unknown person you never heard of, wins it all on Saturday? What would that shape in like tennis in general?
That would probably change how people do rankings for tennis.
Is there more of the analytic, but what about the big picture?
And like, I mean, it's just some people that are like don't do much, come out of nowhere, and then they pull stunts like this. It just takes all the notice out of nowhere. Like Sabalenka is known to be the best one. Same with Coco Gauff, same with Swiatek and Bakina and everyone else. And like you hear their name a bunch, and all of a sudden, all of them are out. And then you just got this Andreeva girl who's ranked 8th, and the other girl is unranked. So this is kind of one of those college matchups where it's like an unranked team that's like really, really good against like a top 10 team. It's going to be very interesting to see how that goes for women's.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think, Drew? What do you think? What would be like a question or maybe a new chapter?
Did these opponents take their team? These stars, tennis players took their team lightly because, like you said, all of them got eliminated. Like, did they take them lightly? Because, oh yeah, I have a ranking and stuff. Like, but did they take this opponent lightly? Because like, yeah, just because they don't have a ranking, I mean they can't play. And we just saw it. Like this men and women, they could play anytime, anywhere. So it just, if I'm like a star player, just don't take them lightly.
Yeah, and then I was just checking real quick on the men's side. As tomorrow, very early in the morning, we have the final 4 in that category. We got the number 2 player, German of the name, last name Zverev, against the number 26 in the player, a Czechoslovakian player named last name Mencic. And they're going to go at 5:30 in the morning, which would be 8:30 Eastern. And then on the other side, we have an unranked. We have 2 Italians going at it. A ranked Italian, number 10 in the nation, named Cobolli. But here's the unranked guy, last name Armadi. So that's like another question, because it's like that person probably not going to be of course, the number 2 player in the world is going to be the high favorite. But once again, if an unranked player in the final 4 ends up winning it all, it's like, the same thing, right? For men's.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, the only thing is, Zverev has been pretty dominant in his matches. That's the only difference about this matchup. So, I think Zverev is gonna. I think he's gonna take it all the way. I think he's gonna take it all the way for
like as I mentioned, we have a new number 1 player blew a 2 lead set.
Yeah, but like this guy though, he hasn't really failed in any of his matchups. Pretty
Yeah.
soon we're gonna be calling this like early college football with all the upsets and unranked things that are happening.
Like it's crazy in this. And of course, I've got in the women's there's another player I think from Japan. I should know the name, but it's not coming to me. But yeah, I mean, Drew, you have the same thoughts?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. I mean, there you go. We talked about tennis a little bit. So I know we got men's Final Four and women's championship this week. And I know we're kind of moving on fast, but we're going to keep on going. And now we have probably the NBA Finals, Gotham versus France, Wemby and Brunson. And as you guys saw yesterday, the Knicks take it. They come back from a 13-point lead to win it out in the heart of Texas, but pretty much one of the big cities of Texas, of the San Antonio Spurs. So, guys, what's your thoughts on that game? How was it? What are your highlights of the game?
I think Wemby looks scared. I mean, he looks scared of the moment. Like, yes, you have the best record and home court advantage, but he looked scared. Like anytime like Cat was on him, he looked like, I want to say, like he wasn't himself. Like, he was like turning the ball over way too often. Like, I mean, like, he just meant.
Oh, wait, sorry, my bad. We'll get back to that. Hello, the big event. Did you see the title? USA versus the world, and that is the World Cup is upon us. It's next week of this day, and the two opening matches, 12:30. Mexico's group kicks off as Mexico kicks off against South Africa. And then at the nightcap would be Korea against Czechoslovakia. We will be live, at least during the second match of the World Cup, just to break it down. We'll have a guest we have a guest from overseas is going to join us, and Jesse will hopefully join us as well. And we're going to pretty much break down the World Cup matches and, of course, any other news. But on that day, it's going to be mainly the World Cup. But let's talk about the US of A. As you know, it's been a struggling path. Or I don't know, path or a spider web. But I have no clue where this team is headed. As you know, they said it's the golden age. Got our first comment here from Jesse saying "Go Mexico," and he actually typed "How Mexico," but he meant to say "Go Mexico." So let's see Jesse next week.
Yeah, Mexico. Like, speaking of Mexico, they're in a pretty easy group, so they should be able to advance.
I know they should probably win, but in case you didn't know, there's some history against South Africa. A pretty long history
between Mexico and South Africa.
Yeah, Mexico and South Africa. It's actually a rematch in the early 2000s. And I don't know the year quite yet, but these countries fought before, and it was quite a thriller. I think South Africa pulled off the upset, or at least it was just a very thrilling match in that case. But yeah, I know we got USA, Mexico, and Canada. First time doing the three countries at once, so it's a very special one coming up. Let's get back to we're going to break down all the country groups and have our least thoughts on
who's winning the group,
who's going to win the group, and what we see in the finale.
And for those who don't know the rules, there is, let's see, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. There's 12 groups in total. Out of all the 12 groups, only the top two teams advance.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to let you guys know that. So it's not like one team above all, that guy wins the group automatically. It's the top two teams advance to the next stage.
Which would be the round the round of 32. Like March Madness.
And it goes elimination rounds from there. But
guys, what do you all I think so? Speaking of USA, there's a good say like Hard Knocks edition of soccer, and it's about the whole thing of USA from Qatar to like Qatar to all the biggest games you guys seen from the Gold Cup and other little in-season tournaments,
Friendly and stuff.
and all that, and it's a really good climactic and in-depth of USA from Burkhalter's reign to his fall to then we hopefully this might be the coach because Jack, you might like this guy. He's from I believe from Argentina, so he has a very thick like Spanish Argentinian accent. He is like when if you watch this, the last episode's next week, right before the World Cup's on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, on HBO Max. This guy's like an enforcer because he will praise you, he will praise the players, but he will get at you as a team, not as going after a player, but as a team in that sense. And it's just you get a good feel of who this new coach is that they signed. They signed this guy like I want to say last summer, and it shows it's really good depth. Check it out. So, but yeah, for USA, it'd be great. It'd be amazing. As you know, USA never won the World Cup. The women's they won a few now, maybe more down the road. But for the men's, they haven't won none. Sure, they may have came close or at least had a good run from Dempsey to Landon Donovan and those teams. And of course, you can go Wallace if you want to go that far. And let's just talk about USA. What do you guys see for this team? Could I just hope they go? Can they get out of the first step? Get out of the group stage, and hope like at least get far enough so at least we know what direction this team is approaching.
I feel like for this World Cup, they're in. I mean, I'm gonna say they're in kind of a tough division because Paraguay they can be pretty good soccer. Same with Australia and Turkey also.
Yeah,
So
Turkey's quite like the elite team of the group.
yeah, so this is not going to be easy for the United States. They got to be all out aggressive. They got to play smart. They got to play great defense. They got to strike hard on offense.
And this coach, like
And
if you watch,
and like another, sorry to interrupt, but like the goalie's got to protect the goal, and that's going to be a big thing for them because we haven't really seen a protective goalie since Tim Howard, and well, we're going to need a next great American goalie.
yeah, Drew, what's the future or what do you hope for this team? I mean, it'd be amazing to win it all.
I hope we can win it all in our home country.
I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. I mean, we can hope and wish, but there's like many countries like Spain, Brazil, Morocco,
France,
Netherlands, France, even Mexico, and Argentina, Portugal, Colombia, England. They would probably kick our ass.
Yeah, for the U.S., hopefully we can make out of the group stage. Hopefully we can get out of the group stages. Hopefully we'll be the top two. Like Jack said, Paraguay, a good team. Same with Australia, sneaky team, and even Turkey. So like, we can't take these teams lightly just because we have a bigger name to our group. And we can lose at any point in the group stages. So it's important us to execute all parts of the game. So, and hopefully we get out hopefully we can, advance to the knockout stage. Round 32. So
I hope get out round 32 and maybe at least get to round 16 and then we'll see then we can maybe that'll be at least a good target.
Yeah.
But let's talk about all the other countries. We have two newcomers in this, and I feel bad for them. But in the two new countries, or actually three, we got Congo. They're in it. They got so in case you didn't know, since it was like kind of like a big as big as World Cup is. There's like a little like tournament that was going on to get in this
To
last
qualify. It was qualifying. It was qualifying. Yeah.
qualifying rounds to get in those spots. And those teams, such as Congo, Bosnia Herzegovina, say that 5 times fast, and Curacao, they're in it.
Yeah, even Haiti made it, and
Thanks, Haiti, they're in it.
Sweden's in too.
But we're getting new countries that have a first taste of the World Cup. But let's go to one country that I feel bad about, and that is Curacao. They're in the group stages of Ecuador, Ivory Coast,
And Germany.
of course, Germany.
they're going to get picked by Germany.
An interesting thing about Ivory Coast, you think like, oh, you don't think that should be at least maybe the easiest. They're the 2020. They're in their, I want to say at least in their like country or island. They won like the 2023 like champion of that. It's like or maybe it was World Cup. I don't know much of the history, but I saw a funny clip. It mentioned that they actually won like the 2023 something. So they've won. They have had some awards. They had some good teams. Not only that, today in friendlies, Ivory Coast just beat France. I know it's friendly, but you see Ivory Coast beating France, that's something. Even though, as I said, it's just friendly. Yeah. They got with them Germany, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. So, yikes. Welcome to the World Cup. Congo, Portugal, Colombia, and Uzbekistan. So I don't know much about Uzbekistan, but you got Portugal, got Ronaldo. He's back. He's on the roster for Portugal, and then of course you got Colombia. So that might be a little difficult, but not as tough as Curacao. And then Herzegovina. They got They got in the Canada group of Switzerland and Qatar. So that maybe they could. I feel like maybe that might be the one country that could try to get out of the group. I think with Canada, I think they could maybe get in. Their first match looks like their very first match is against Switzerland. So who knows? Then they could maybe pull off a little upset there to get them maybe a chance to get in. But anyway, as you know, you figure the graph should go A through Z, but it only goes all the way to L. But we know about Mexico, we have South Africa, South Korea, and Czechoslovakia, USA, Paraguay, Turkey, and Australia. Funny thing about Australia, their little camp is in Oakland. So, in case you guys didn't know about that. But what do you guys see in the overall groups? What's your predictions or? Oh yeah, I forgot about Haiti. Sorry, Haiti got Brazil, Morocco, and Scotland.
Haiti's in a nightmare. They'll be lucky.
Haiti's more than a nightmare.
They will be lucky to score a goal in one of those games. Because Ecuador, Morocco, they can be they're an underrated team because I remember they beat Spain in the 2022 World Cup, I believe. Brazil's always really dominant, and then Scotland is pretty decent.
Yeah. So I forgot about Haiti, and that I forgot to mention Haiti, but so the overall groups. So I'm just gonna go through all the alphabets. So we know about C, Morocco, Haiti, Scotland, and Brazil. E's group, as you know, that's Curacao with Ecuador, Ivory Coast, Germany, and Ecuador. G's group. G's group, we got Egypt, New Zealand, Belgium, and Iran. Is that sweet for Belgium? We know Belgium might win, but who do you think it will be the runner-up behind them?
Let's see.
G's group is Belgium, Iran, New Zealand, and Egypt.
I mean, the Middle Eastern countries, they're not really that good at soccer. I'm probably gonna say Belgium and New Zealand.
Belgium, New
That'll be
Zealand.
my top two advancing.
Yeah.
Egypt and Iran will miss out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also New Zealand. Also Belgium, New Zealand.
H, we got Spain, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. As you know, Jack, if you saw our last episode, Jack pulled off a miracle out
Still don't know how I did that.
of Uruguay winning the 1930s World Cup. I guess people didn't know that. And I don't know this country, Initiative CPV. I don't know that country, but that's the lineup that's the group for H. Spain, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia.
Cape Verde.
and
Cape
Verde.
Verde, I've never even heard of. So
That
it's gonna be Spain and Uruguay, and I actually have Spain, like either like almost in the World Cup like final.
So that's your number one of USA.
Yeah,
guys?
and my dad being from Spain, I always root for Spain like ever since, and like two countries that I always try to root for the most are the United States and Spain. And then if you want to go like outside of that, I like to root for England also.
People who don't know, Saudi Arabia beat Argentina in last year's World Cup. That was Argentina's only loss in the 2022 World Cup, was to Saudi Arabia.
So I feel like I think it's gonna be Spain and Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna say Spain and Saudi Arabia.
That'll be my two.
Yeah, that'll be mine too. I think Spain will work.
And then for G, I want to say Belgium, and I'm just gonna actually go for one of the Middle Eastern. That's Egypt.
I'm gonna say Belgium, New Zealand, and then Japan.
For people watching, let us. What's your favorite? Who do you think is going to win it all?
Group F, I'm gonna say Japan, New Zealand. So gonna be in the borderline.
Okay.
E, I'm
And
gonna
the
say Germany.
Oh no, go on.
For Group E, I'm gonna say Germany, and then they're winning, and then probably Ivory Coast because they can play.
I like that. Jack,
And
what's
then- yeah.
Go on. Sorry, no, go on. My bad.
Go ahead, Jack.
Let's see. So you did groups E and F just now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. For E, Germany is obviously going to win. Then I got Ecuador as my second team. And then for F, I have the Netherlands as number one. I actually have Japan number two.
Yeah, I have both those
Japan's
two.
been pretty good at soccer recently.
L group, we got England. England's group got Ghana, Croatia, and Panama. I know Croatia had their glory days. You think they could do it one more time?
I
don't know.
think.
Croatia,
I got England and Panama.
okay. I mean, Panama, they're always
Shout out
I
to Noriega, if you guys know who that is.
I got England as the first seed, and then for the second team, I'm gonna go with Croatia. I think they'll have tested England.
Yeah, I'm gonna do England and Croatia.
And then Group K was Congo.
Let's see. For
Portugal.
K, I'm gonna go K, I'm gonna go Portugal number one and Colombia number two.
Yeah, I'm gonna say those two.
That's probably gonna be the two. I want to see Congo could at least get a win.
Probably.
That might be Uzbekistan, but
Oh,
we'll take it.
Group J. Group J. I'm gonna say Argentina is the first team.
Yeah, we have Argentina, Algeria, Jordan, and Austria.
Let's see. For that group, I'm gonna go.
We got the champs,
I'm gonna
Messi.
go Argentina number one.
Argentina.
I'm gonna go Algeria number two.
All right. Drew?
I kind of see a run. I'm gonna see Jordan as my second team.
Yeah, Argentina. Do you guys think Argentina will repeat?
No,
Is it? I know
it's hard to repeat twice as in World Cup. Like it's hard to win.
I know Argentina might at least could go the Sweet 16. I'll just say, just make it
Round of 16. Yeah.
If not part of the quarterfinals, and probably get at least upset above whoever's up.
Group I.
Got Norway, Senegal. Ooh, that's a good one. And France and Iraq.
Huh.
Poor Iraq.
I'm gonna
Um,
say,
Norway,
I'm gonna go
Senegal.
France. I'm gonna go France and Senegal.
France and Senegal too.
I want to say Senegal to win the group with France.
Okay. We haven't done A, B, and C yet. That's the only group.
Oh, yeah.
And
So, yeah.
D.
Hot take: Mexico for me it feels like they're overrated because their strongest point is set pieces. I mean that's what they're good at, but every time I see them, my dad and I just feel like, God, they just feel so overrated. Anyway, that's my hot take. Agree or disagree?
I feel like Mexico is the easiest path to win the group.
But you got my hot take. You think they're overrated? Jesse, if
It's
you're
not a bad take. It's not a bad take though. It's not like I don't know. It's just
I kind of have a hot take.
what's your hot take?
I'll probably take heat for this. I think Argentina, once they get to like the elimination, I think they're going to be a one and done team.
I mean, as we mentioned, no one's ever repeated.
Even in spite of like Messi being on the team, they're going to be a one and done.
Oh wow, round of 16, 4th of July weekend's gonna be good.
all right. So Group A, I'm gonna say Mexico. Mexico and South Korea. That's my 1-2.
All right, because South Korea, they got the player from Tottenham.
Yeah.
Nice with MLS now.
The Galaxy.
He's with nice with LAFC.
Oh yeah, LAFC.
Yeah, I got Mexico. It's really South Africa or Korea. I would say South Africa. Mexico's gonna win their group, but I'm just saying they're overrated. Jack, what was yours?
My one?
What's your
For
Group A?
Mexico.
Group A?
Yeah.
Group A.
I got Mexico. This one's kind of tough because you don't really know who's like a second.
I feel like it's South. I feel
I'm
like
gonna
it's
go South Korea.
or South Africa. I don't know much about Czech.
All right, let's do Group B then.
So we got Canada winning out, or you guys think at least a runner-up? B's group is with them: Herzegovina, Qatar, and Switzerland.
I think Canada for me, and then Qatar.
Ooh,
I
Qatar.
think
Okay.
Canada, and I think Bosnia actually.
Woo! All right. We have some pretty bold runner-ups. That's
Oh, by the
bold.
way, the Hurricane won. By the way.
All right, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about that game shortly. Yeah, Canada. I'll do Canada. Ooh, I like one guy. I was join with Jack with Herzegovina. See if they can move on.
It's either that or Qatar. That team or Qatar for me for second.
So I don't know if we done C's group with.
No, we haven't done C or D.
So C and D until we go to the EFD. Yeah, Brazil's group with Morocco and Scotland, and of course Haiti.
I'm gonna say Brazil and Morocco.
There's no Neymar's actually on the roster, folks.
Yeah, he is.
Might be his last run.
Is this probably
Who's last run?
Neymar?
I mean, I didn't hear because he's getting in his high 30s.
Yeah, this might be his last run. That's pretty good.
That's what we thought about Messi too, but he's still going.
Yeah, I'm doing Brazil and Morocco.
I'm gonna do Brazil and Morocco.
Yeah, same here. I'm gonna do Brazil, Morocco.
Morocco could.
If anybody says Haiti, I feel sorry for you.
Morocco could win the group though.
Yeah. The United States group.
Unless the picker from
All right, do you guys think win it or at least be the runner-up?
I need to run it up.
I think USA with home field advantage I think they're gonna win the group.
You win the group.
Yeah.
I think U.S. will be #1, and then who's my runner-up?
Yeah,
My runner-up is
Good say I got them. They got to show their dom. They got to find a way to at least show the dominance.
Who's my second team on Group D?
Probably Turkey. I'll say Turkey.
I'm gonna go Australia.
All right, keep it bold. Keep it bold.
I'm gonna go Australia. Jack, what's your second team?
for USA and
Yeah,
Turkey.
Turkey. Okay.
I think the last group that we have not done yet, and that is the K group. Wait. Yeah,
We
K.
done K. We done every group.
You got all the groups. That was just the last one.
Which group we haven't done?
No, we did all the groups.
All right. But what do you guys? What's your prediction? Final match.
Final two.
Final two.
Like it's our World Cup final.
Yeah.
What's the final? What's your
Depending on how the bracket would look, I have Spain against. I have Spain against Germany.
All right, Spain, Germany. Drew.
I was also saying Spain and Germany.
Heated football rivalry.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say Spain and Germany.
Okay. Spain and Germany. I will say. I'll say France. I gotta kind of go for a low one here. Arizona's always the top country.
Oh yeah, and for those who are watching, type your World Cup final prediction.
Yeah, for those who watch.
At least one team, is going to win it all.
Or you think it's just going to win it all?
Our team's going to win it all.
Gosh, France. I'm going to go France. I'm going to try to do it. Wow, this is give me some thought real quick. Wow, this is man, it could be anyone, honestly. No, France and Portugal.
Okay.
Warren Jones going with Spain. How surprising.
At least you know what one guy's running for. All the way. As you know, of course, Spain they beat England and. Actually, can I change mine?
Go ahead.
You can change yours to whatever you want.
I'm gonna do Spain and England. Let's get a Euro rematch. Let's do Spain and England for the World Cup. Jumping on the Spain. All right. So hope you like that. Let us know your thoughts below. Let's see if this USA team can give us a direction. Because if we can go far enough, then at least we know it's not the door is still open for a chance to finally win it all. But let's move on. And now, as Drew was having his mid thoughts, Gotham versus France. The reason I'm saying that is because when New York wins, it's Armageddon in New York. And then, as you know, you could say even Wemby's favorite team in soccer, too. But I'm just going to go with just the country he is from, and that's France. So we got Gotham versus France. Knicks against the Spurs, you could say. So, yeah, Drew, resume your thoughts of the entirety of the game.
Like you said, Knicks were down by 14 the third quarter, and then obviously, I felt like the Knicks were just a better team in that day. They I guess more experience compared to the Spurs. The Spurs are a really young team, and I think Wemby and Fox looked scared in that yesterday game. So hopefully those two can bounce back tomorrow and hopefully, this game could be, 6 or 7 series. Don't meme it, please, people. Don't meme.
Actually,
Don't meme.
there's something in the game we have to talk about. It's quite funny. But Jack, what's your thoughts?
Well, watching game one, first off, huge win by the Knicks. So winning at least one of the 2 games on the road is major. And even if you lose that game 2, you're still going back to your home court, so that's big for the Knicks to win game 1. Now, for this game, I was noticing that the Spurs were up by like 14, and then all of a sudden the Knicks come back from that in the fourth quarter, and then it goes a little back and forth, and then Jalen Brunson starts going up, and Jalen Brunson was balling last night, scoring 30 points in 37 minutes, shooting 12 of 31, 2 of 9, 3. He struggled with the 3-point line, but he made all the free throws, and also the thing is, he only turned the ball 4 times, but he played well. Josh Hart was rebounding like crazy. The only thing is, I think Josh Hart needs to score more because he only scored 3 points in 27 minutes, which is not good, obviously. But those 15 rebounds, that's big. But another issue I have with the Knicks is their 3-point shooting. I noticed that they only made 5 3-pointers in their entire starting lineup. Let's see, out of 5 of 20 shooting threes in the starting lineup. They cannot play that again because De'Aaron Fox, he struggled. If De'Aaron Fox did not struggle in this game, the Knicks do not win game 1. They just don't. With De'Aaron Fox shooting 3-13, 0 for 4 shooting threes, and he almost fouled out of the game, 7 points in 38 minutes. And this Vessel guy, he's been struggling, I noticed, in like the past few games that he's been playing. He scored 9 points in 36 minutes. The key player, and honestly, in all of this, is not Victor Wembanyama. To me, it's Champagnie, who's been going off on threes. Excuse me. And he shot, 5-11 shooting, 5 of 10 from the 3-point line. He had 10 rebounds. He's usually 2 rebounds away from having the same amount of rebounds as Victor Wembanyama. And Victor Wembanyama, he did not play his best game. He scored 26 in 30 minutes, which is pretty good. He had 12 rebounds, but at the same time, he turned the ball over, like Drew mentioned, 6 times. That's not consistent basketball. And if you're going to want to win games, you got to shake off this game and move on to the next one. But how the OG Anunoby played in the fourth quarter was crazy. He was making 3 after 3 after 3, and he just wasn't missing. But I think the thing is the Spurs need to work on like turning over the ball less, and the Knicks got to make smarter decisions at shooting because their 3-point shooting pretty much wasn't really working, and Karl-Anthony Towns got to keep playing aggressive against Victor Wembanyama because Victor Wembanyama is not really used to that. Like, you didn't really see too many guys like trying to post up Victor Wembanyama, like trying to attack him or anything like that. So he's not used to that. So that's why he was kind of in the funk, and that's why he was like fouling on almost every play. But yeah, I think those 2 teams need to work on that. And if we got that, we definitely got a very interesting series. And tomorrow's game is a must win for the Spurs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Spurs rookie, Daniel Hubbard, had a good game. He had 16 points.
I was going to mention that.
And then Jaren Brunson got hurt yesterday. So hopefully, doesn't limit his captain clutch moments. So.
Comment from our favorite fan. Knicks will shock the world and win again tomorrow. Wemby's exhausted from the Thunder.
I don't think the Knicks are going to sweep the Spurs, though.
Yeah, even though how much New York will love that.
They're not sweeping the Spurs.
Yeah. I don't feel like we expect any sweeps.
No.
Yeah, Dylan Harper. You know what college he came out of?
Rutgers.
Yeah, Jack, Rutgers. So there are some athletes out there that can hoop. And
I guess there is, even though it's
Dylan Harper.
really
I mean, they're special with that kid. You might as well say kid. I know for us, we're in our 20s, but seeing him, who's probably a little younger than us, you might as well call him a kid since he's taking on athletes are like double his size. But yeah, Dylan Harper, congrats to him. He balled out.
He balled out
he's
for
having
sure.
a moment. For Fox though, I think it may be I know he got hurt, but maybe it's the jitters. As in case you know, what team he came out of? The Kings.
Yeah.
You know their history. Gets to a contender, very much a contending team. And now he's having a taste of the NBA Finals for the first time in a pretty long career at this point. And I feel like it's going to be the jitters. I think he might at least definitely have a much better game.
Him and Wemby must have a better game tomorrow.
Yeah, Wemby. I think Wemby we shouldn't worry about. The Thanos of the NBA. The Eiffel Tower, the Thanos, probably the next Tim Duncan in a way. We'll see how it goes. But he's kind of becoming could go in that trajectory, but we'll see as the years go by. So I'm not going to print that statement at the moment. But yeah, I think for Fox, and then Brunson, as you know, he has like a fourth quarter machine.
Captain Clutch.
My dad and I had to go over a certain play he did, and I don't know, did that look like a travel when he did a pump fake spinneroo? Because I wasn't sure what counted the travel. The spin? Because I don't know, like it looked like we thought like is that a travel, but then if we like imitate it, it's
like a legal step, you know.
It's like a legal step that almost felt like it should have been a travel.
Or a Gower skip, whatever the NBA calls it. You know?
Yeah, like a lot. I think it was a lot of travels. Like Hart, I think he might have traveled when he like half dribbled and walked probably like 4 steps and then he passed the ball. Like I was like, hey, travel. But that's just me. But the game, it's gonna be a thriller. But Spurs should they should bounce back. I know a lot of Knicks, a little Trimble of Knicks fans was just enough for the.
Why did fans just go on a court and try to take a picture of Wemby? Like what was that?
He didn't even took the photo. He was trying to get set before he got picked up and thrown away. Heck, if you had a moment, you're sitting courtside. Assuming this is clearly a courtside. It's not like he hopped over a barrier or something. So yeah, in case you guys didn't know, about like in around the third or fourth quarter.
He did maybe third quarter.
Third quarter. So in case you know, sometimes live television they like show like a conversation, but they actually showed it. But I think it was because it's like this kid is having like part of the greatest moment to try to get a selfie with Wemby. And like of course with like the other all-star, and just like funny enough, he wasn't able to get the photo in time. He was trying to see his quick photo, but he just swooped away from the security, and now he's arrested and banned. That's arrested probably any county jail.
He is arrested and banned.
So I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, of course, anyone would have done that.
I'm not doing what he did. I'll wait till after the game, you know.
Yeah, will you willing to take that risk?
No, I'm not trying to get banned from the NBA.
Like if you Steph Curry and be like, quick, like Coach Clear, just make the.
Nah, I wouldn't do it honestly. Like
any star player, in general in sports, like
it's just I'm not trying to get banned from the NBA.
Props to the kid to attempt it. I mean, Wemby though, he just smiled. He's like, "What the heck?" But he kind of smiled.
He's not used to that situation, so.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the league, Welcome to the league, Wemby. You might get a lot of that down the line.
Yeah.
So right now you're like one of the next chapters of NBA. Now NHL. So what happened, folks? We got right now it's
1-1.
It's the elite against the hopeful. The elite, of course, or might you could say a goated expansion franchise of the Vegas Golden Knights, and then got the hopefulness of Carolina because they haven't won a Stanley Cup in the early 2000s. And they're the Hurricanes, but it looks like they're suffering a drought over there in Carolina. So as we know, so who won today?
Carolina.
It's won in overtime.
Carolina won in OT and sudden death.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the
oh,
thing
see,
is, like, I was watching the game and, like, kind of the same thing as last game. You're like the final, like, minute of the third period. The Golden Knights, they scored a goal. And then it goes in overtime. And then all of a sudden, like, the Hurricanes, they go into overtime and like back and forth. And time goes by. And the Hurricanes finally tie it and finally score. And now they tie the series. And now it's going back to Vegas.
Yeah, so I mean, that game, people even speculate this could be the greatest Stanley Cup we might see in a while. I mean, I don't know many. I mean, Jack, you might know some great Stanley Cups, but like people do speculate this could be a good one, maybe the best. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, props to Carolina. They bounced back. Cause that last game though, it felt like heart crushing in a way. Because I believe Caroline did have the lead, and
for
then
like a few minutes.
in a few minutes, Vegas not so fast, and pretty much banks their way to winning it all. In pretty much winning it all, and just in that game, it's just that Vegas team, it's something. And Carolina, there's hope, maybe a savior, you could say, for NHL. Because they're like, I mean, of course, we're not talking about Vegas being a dynasty, but as you know, since they've been, just Vegas in general, since they've been in, they've practically only missed one playoff game. So, one playoff appearance. Since then, they've been all in it. So, you figure this team should have won a lot by now, just the way they play. But, yeah. So, what's your guys' predictions? I don't know, maybe we did our last episode, but what's your predictions?
I got the Hurricanes in 7.
Two. Vegas in 7.
Hurricanes in 7.
Hurricanes in 7.
I can't root for the Golden Knights. I'm a Sharks fan.
Makes sense. Drew.
Like I don't want to root for Vegas because, like Jack said, they're Sharks rivals, and then like Hurricane, they always choke at this stages or something. Like you never know what team, but I mean, hopefully Carolina 7. Yeah.
Because it's really hard. Like I can see, it's really hard to vote against Vegas. Because for them, it's like if they win this year, it could start something.
Yeah.
But as for Carolina, for Carolina, it's like they're in a drought. They haven't won in a while. They made so many postseason appearances, and they're having like their best chance. So I'm gonna go with Carolina. Oddly enough, they're not the Vegas is considered the underdog in this. So in this series, which is kind of shocking. But yeah, I'm going with Carolina. I like to root for teams that are in long droughts, and this might be their best chance. Who knows what the future is? They just had this is their best chance to win it all. Of course, Jesse going for Vegas and going for New York. You had the Thunder.
For the Knicks, yeah.
For the Knicks. All right, time for some NFL. Thanks for tuning in. For people that have stayed up, appreciate it. We're at the final stretch of our episode tonight, so hopefully you've enjoyed so far. We got some NFL drama. The Niners, drama there. Packers, recent news. And of course, the biggest trade that pretty much shook the NFL entirely, packed it like an open egg. We'll talk about it. But let's get with the Niners. I'm going to let Drew and Jack have more of the scoop, so I'm going to step away for a moment.
Are we talking about like the Ayuk situation? Or are we talking about
Ayuk situation.
Okay. I'll go first. Brandon Ayuk, what is there even to say about you, man? Like you're gonna post like something on social media where you're speeding past Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Now the Santa Clara Police Department has a warrant out for your arrest. You deserve to be kicked off of this team. I don't know what's going to happen. It should be happening by this month. I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. But now that you've had you're going to get arrested and all this other stuff, and by the Niners are planning to get rid of you, like you trying to go to the Commanders, it's probably going to happen if we cut you. But I mean, you had such potential, and you just wasted it on being an idiot. And you can take that crap on another team, but you're not going to deal with it. But you're not going to. Sorry, rephrase. You're not going to be an idiot on the Niners. You already did it, and you're not doing it again. So I hope he goes. And once it happens, good riddance to him. Drew?
You said him driving, speeding. I think we thought you got all the potential, but you started just having an alter ego and being selfish about yourself, like wanting more money and wanting more time, wanting more plays. Like, I mean, yes, you deserve to be released by the Niners, and hope you get your wishes going to Commanders. So that's all I got.
Maybe in general, he might not be playing ever again. Because, as we know, Jacobs, there's issues. We don't know the outcome entirely. But he's back at practice. There's a lot going on with that. And there's just a lot of crazy things, even the Chiefs. Like, it's just stuff like this entirely. It's like, come on. Like, I know you're getting paid the big bucks, but it's like, be mindful, be reasonable.
Yeah, just
action.
You got to use your brain. Don't be stupid.
Yeah, you could cost your career, and it's just crazy. It's just I get it. You're like, I want to get paying the big bucks, do whatever you want. You're in the NFL, but do you want to cost your career? No, you could have probably you got so much growth and people talk about you. Like, it's crazy. But let's get to our other news. Recent developments. The Packers paying big bucks to Christian Watson. A 4-year, $110.5 million with $31 million. I don't know if it's guaranteed but add additional $31 million signing bonus. So it gets him to 2030. Congrats to him, though. I mean, he is our receiver one for sure. When he plays, he plays. He's like him and Jordan Love. Boom, boom, boom. The problem is, it's a bit of a bargain because he could have, if the Packers wanted to, they could have, I read about this, they could have paid, and this is where the bargain is, they could have paid him the tag, which has been the same amount as George Pickens at $27.5 million. But instead, keep him going and pay him the extension, which he deserves. But the issue, though, the problem is, can he stay healthy through this? Because when he's out there, you've seen the Packers with Watson, it's great. But it's just, can he stay healthy through this year? Because we're about to pay him, as you know, Jaden Reed, 3 years, $50 million. So as you can see, with Malcolm Golden, with Reed, and now Watson, since Romeo Dobbs left to join New England, it's like those are the three now. Golden now going to be a top three receiver on the team, and we got, of course, Watson, got Reed. But it's just Watson. Congrats! I'm happy about it. Stay healthy. That's all I want to say. What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, hopefully stay healthy, and hopefully, we can see some productive numbers this year. So.
That too.
So.
Jack, quick thoughts? Thoughts? Packers signing?
I mean, I think this is a good extension by the Packers. Christian Watson's definitely a promising receiver. It's just the only issue is he's got to be healthy. And there's been times where I've seen him injured every now and then. Even when he gets small injuries, he winds up being out for a week or so. But I think he's I think him and Love are one of the best young duos in the NFL. But again, it's as long as they just don't hold back, he could be a major factor. He could potentially be a top 15 receiver.
Yeah, I mean, Watson, I don't know, stay healthy, please. I mean, he's definitely deserves it for sure. It's just, of course, some people speculate. Is it an overpay? I don't think so. But I feel like all I know is just stay healthy. Because as you know, Micah Parsons, unfortunately, he was supposed to be he'd be 4 weeks in. Instead, he's not coming back till October, which is practically kind of like the center point of more like almost near the end of the NFL season. So that's other big news. I don't know what the story is or why it's in October. I'm just maybe if I want to make a guess, it's probably just the recovery is not what I guess the recovery's a little longer. As you know, he pretty much buckled his knee last year at pretty much the most pivotal point of the season. And so, yeah, so it's just, I mean, going back, Watson, stay healthy, Micah. Can't wait for you to return. And hopefully we'll see where the Packers go from then. Let's get to goodness gracious, the last thing to talk about to conclude the evening.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, I don't know.
Psych.
Get us back to us.
About it, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go.
The biggest trade practically could be like a Luka AD, but not in that sense, but it could feel like that in a way. In case you guys didn't know, yeah, you think you're blind? You're like, what the heck? Is this a fantasy draft someone did or something? If it was defensive player trades? Yeah, Myles Garrett, who just paid a 5-year extension, is going to the LA Rams. Of course, from who? The one and only the Cleveland Browns. They get, of course, a young good superstar-like player of Jared Verse, the very first rounder from the Rams, and like a boatload of picks. But that's not the case. I mean, I'm even a little shaking because it's like shocked. Like, of course, the Packers, NFC. I mean, glad we're not facing the Rams. Oh yeah, know the team is facing them? These guys' team. They're about to go to Australia. Well, folks, what are your thoughts? And not only that, yes, we could talk about. We'll talk about if it's official about Aaron Donald's return. Hope not, because then it's just, you might as well call this the LA Dynasty. A dynasty could be in the making. We have the Dodgers, roaming the MLB, and now who knows about these Rams? Of course, you know the Super Bowl's coming to the Rams. Going to LA's house. So, folks, tune in. We might have some tangents.
Well, I gotta tell you, this is probably the worst case scenario. I heard him going to 3 teams: the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Rams. All 3 of them were bad case scenarios because the Niners had to play all 3 of those teams, and now we got to play Myles Garrett twice a year. This is the
next 5 years.
This is the worst possible team could have got to. Also, I just want to say screw the Cleveland Browns because at this point, I think you guys just hate us because you stole all of our draft picks and you gave the Rams pretty much a super weapon.
Could I get the Browns? They're okay, go with Garrett. As you know, he gets paid. Then there's all this speculation. Oh, we're not trading him. But now you're like, oh, I guess they opened their eyes. All right, let's go for the future. So they get
that's the thing. The Browns barely traded. The Rams barely gave anything to get Myles Garrett. They traded Jay Verse, first-round pick, and a second-round pick, like a fifth-round pick, and that's it. The Niners could have done that. Apparently in 2017, the Niners could have gone Myles Garrett if the Niners just simply lost the game to the Rams.
I saw a post of a post on Instagram of like
scenario.
A scenario that could have happened.
And if the Niners, I'm telling you right now, if the Niners had Myles Garrett, And then like
I know.
Bosa,
I know we're talking about the
Niners
Niners.
would probably have a Super Bowl right now.
Probably so. But let's remember, as we know, Garrett's with the Rams, though. So we got to, like...
Rams are going all the way. And if Aaron Donald comes out of retirement, I'm not watching this NFL season. I'm telling you now, don't you dare come out of it. If you come out of retirement, I'm not watching this season. I'm just not, because I already know what's going to happen.
Or you can just ignore the... Well, Drew, we haven't heard from you.
Rams are making me cough.
I don't like to say this, but the Rams are winning our division and potentially Super Bowl.
Definitely a heavy favorite. As you know, the Rams do play on turf. So, as you know, if you play on turf, it's like practically playing on cement. I don't know in fact, but if you've seen the injuries when people play on turf, it's not pretty. But yeah, it's just mind blowing as hell. Like you think, oh, the image is blurry. I mean, yeah, it's blurry, but if you put your glasses on, no, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I get it. To win, I mean, heck, Super Bowl's coming to you. You got to do what he did before, and see, you can be maybe the first city to win it at your home turf twice. Literally turf. Twice. And I mean, like, as you know, the only thing maybe, I mean, it's not really an upside because it's not, but you know what happened with Micah, right? He got hurt at the most pitiable point of the season. So that's like maybe because when you, like, Packers did the same thing with Micah, look what happened. Rams doing the same thing. Could have, should have, maybe not happened. But that would probably be like the worst downside of this trade. Making this as
What if he gets injured?
If he gets injured at the most pivotal point in the season.
I mean, Jared Verse is like a lot younger, but I mean, Myles Garrett's never really been hurt in his career.
Yeah, but I just know the turf monster has taken so many souls of NFLs. So, I mean, Micah, if I got this size, probably nothing's going to happen. But as you know, you never know. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts? If you have quick ones, but we are going to officially conclude tonight's episode.